Hello and happy Monday. Welcome to this Monday edition of WRMK News 12. We have a lot of news to get to on this Monday, so let's begin right now. First up, gas prices fall below $3 in New Hampshire, offering relief to drivers. Drivers across the country are seeing some relief at the gas pumps as prices continue to decline. According to AAA, the national average for regular unleaded gas has dropped to $3.03 per gallon, down 16 cents from a month ago. In New Hampshire, prices have fallen even further, dipping below the $3 mark. The state's average now stands at $2.95 per gallon, a 12-cent decrease compared to last month. Many Granite Staters and drivers say the lower price come as a welcome news and rising cost in other areas. Anytime gas prices are falling, that's great for consumers, said Mike Skeleton, president and CEO of the New Hampshire Business and Industry Association. But gas prices are also somewhat of an indicator of what's happening in the broader economy. It seems likely this drop reflects some uncertainty in a slowdown in economic activity. While drivers are taking advantage of the savings, Skeleton continued and cautioned that gas prices remain volatile and can shift quickly due to fluctuations in global oil market and economic trends. For now, however, residents are grateful for at least one expense heading in the right direction. Thousands flock to Goffstown for annual giant pumpkin weigh-off and regatta. Main Street in Goffstown was packed over the weekend as thousands gathered for one of New Hampshire's most distinctive fall traditions, the annual giant pumpkin weigh-off and regatta. Each October, the Piscataqua River transforms into an unlikely race course where enormous pumpkins are turned into makeshift boats and paddle downstream in front of cheering crowds. It's amazing that this many people show up to watch people paddle a pumpkin, said volunteer Jim, who, along with his team of river rats, help guide the massive gourds in and out of the water each year. To qualify as a vessel, each pumpkin must weigh at least 1,000 pounds, sturdy enough to hold a paddler. This year's event featured an Alice in Wonderland theme, complete with costumes and colorful decorated pumpkin boats. After a series of splash and laugh, Crystal paddled her way to victory, claiming the title of 2025 Regatta Champion. I couldn't feel my arms, but there was no way I was letting them win. I'm way too competitive, Crystal said with a smile. The festivities extend beyond the water. Visitors enjoyed pumpkin carvings, food, and even A dramatic pumpkin drop from nearly 200 feet. Local restaurants and shops reported one of their busiest weekends of the year. It's wonderful because that's our whole mission to bring people downtown and support small business owners, said Tina of the Goffstown Main Street program. Event organizers say that while the regatta is known for its speculation, the true highlight is the sense of community it inspires. To see people shopping, smiling, and enjoying the village together has just been phenomenal, said Sherry, also of the Main Street program. Massachusetts man dies in a high-speed crash following police chase on I-93. A Massachusetts man was killed early Sunday after a high-speed police chase ended in a crash on Interstate 93, according to New Hampshire State Police. Authorities said a trooper attempted to stop a blue 2020 Honda Civic around 1 a.m. for speeding near exit 12 on the northbound side of the highway. The driver allegedly refused to stop, reaching speeds of up to 120 miles per hour while driving erratically. Police said the vehicle attempted to exit the highway at exit 18, but the driver lost control on the off ramp. The car crossed the northbound on ramp, went down an embankment, and struck a tree. The driver, identified as Benjamin Geatley, 20 of Saugus, Massachusetts, was ejected from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. He was the only occupant in the car. State police said the crash remains under investigation. Amazon Web Services outage disrupts major platforms worldwide. A widespread outage at Amazon Web Services AWS has caused major disruptions across numerous online platforms and services globally. The cloud computing giant, which provides critical infrastructure for governments, universities, and major corporations, reported issues centered in its eastern U.S. region. According to Down Detector, a website that monitors online service interruptions, users reported problems accessing a range of platforms, including Snapchat, Roblox, Fortnite, Red Robin, and the McDonald's mobile app. In a statement on its service status page, AWS confirmed that engineers are investigating the cause of the disruptions and working to restore normal operations. AWS, a subsidiary of Amazon, underpins much of the internet's backbone. Its clients include some of the world's largest companies and institutions, amplifying the ripple effect of any service outage. French authorities launch a massive manhunt after daring Louvre heights, roughly 24 hours after the bold daylight theft of several of French's most iconic treasures from the world's most visited museum. Authorities have intensified a sweeping manhunt and investigation, according to state and law enforcement officials. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into weather. And 2 day periods of rain, potential for heavy rainfall. High 62, winds south southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain 100%. 1 to 2 inches of rain expected. Rain is expected to start at 8 a.m. and will not end until 6 p.m. Tonight, cloudy early with some clearing expected late, low near 45. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow, mostly sunny, high near 65, winds west southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And now let's talk about traffic. Morning traffic update. Good morning, drivers. Here's your traffic update for southern and central New Hampshire. We're seeing a number of construction zones and slowdowns across the region this morning. Around Manchester, expect delays on the Everett Turnpike and Route 101 with multiple active work sites near Bedford, Merrimack, and Amherst. Traffic is still moving, but it's a good idea to allow a little extra time through those areas. Further west, Route 101 has several construction zones between Peterborough and Dublin and continuing towards Keene, where crews are working along the highway near Stoddard and Nielsen. Expect alternative lane closures and reduced speeds. Heading east, Route 101 is also busy near Raymond, Epping, and Exeter, with additional work zones stretching all the way to Portsmouth area. If you're traveling towards the seacoast, plan for possible slowdowns and lane shifts. Up north, there are smaller construction projects along I-89 near Hopkinton and Henniker, but traffic remains mostly clear. Overall, roads are mostly green and moving smoothly, but those yellow stretch indicates moderate delays in work areas, so stay alert for lane changes and flaggers. That's your latest traffic update. Drive safe and keep it tuned here for more traffic updates throughout the morning. We're going to switch gears now. Let's go into sports. In sports, Bruins fall short in 3-2 loss to Utah Mammoth. The Boston Bruins dropped to a close one last night following a 3-2 to the Utah Mammoth in a tight contested matchup. Both teams came out strong, trading goals early to finish the first period tied at 1 apiece. Utah took the edge in the second period, scoring one more to move ahead, and managed to hold off Boston's late surge in the third to secure the win. The loss moves the Bruins to a 3-4-0 on the season, leaving them fifth in the Atlantic Division. Meanwhile, Utah improves to a 4-2-0, continuing a solid start to their campaign. Boston will look to regroup as they prepare for their next matchup later this week, hoping to climb back towards the .500 and regain momentum in the standings. Bruins set to face Panthers in key home matchup Tuesday night. The Boston Bruins will look to bounce back on home ice tomorrow night as they host the Florida Panthers at the TD Garden. Puck drop is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. Boston enters the matchup looking to rebound after a tough 3-2 loss to the Utah Mammoth, which dropped them to 3-4-0 on the season. The Bruins, currently fifth in the Atlantic Division, will aim to regain their footing and tighten up defense against a dangerous Florida squad. The Panthers, meanwhile, continue to build momentum early in the season and will try to carry that energy into one of the league's most challenging venues, knowing for their fast-paced, offensive, and aggressive force check. Florida has been a difficult matchup for Boston in recent seasons. Tomorrow's night's game marks an early test for both teams looking to establish their rhythm and stake their claim in the Atlantic Division standings. Expect a physical contest, high intensity, and plenty of energy from the home crowd in Boston. Patriots dominate the Titans 31-13 to stay atop in the AFC East. New England Patriots continued their strong start to the season with a consecutive 31-13 victory over the Tennessee Titans on Sunday, improving to a 5-2 and maintaining their hold on first place in the AFC East. After falling behind early 10-3 in the first quarter, New England's offense came alive, scoring 14 points in both the second and third quarters to take full control of the game. The Patriots' defense also tightened up, holding Tennessee scoreless in the second half. The Titans, now 1-6, struggling to find rhythm offensively after their early success and couldn't keep pace with New England's balanced attack. With the win, Patriots continue to build momentum heading into the midpoint of the season. They'll look to extend their winning streak next week as they prepare for another key conference matchup. UNH women's soccer extends unbeaten streak to 5. The UNH Wildcats tied the Beddinghamton Bearcats 1-1. Plymouth State football suffers first loss of the season. Plymouth State football suffered its first loss of the season against Anna Marie College. Plymouth State has won its first 5 games of the 2025 season. It was the best start to the football season for the team in nearly 20 years. And that does it for this Monday edition of WRMK News 12. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and have a great rest of your Monday. Bye.